Hi, this is Lara from astrolada.com with your October 2019 videos, and I have great news for you. The astrological cosmic weather will be sunny. It will be like a breath of fresh air. All the planets are moving forward, which means that we can move ahead with our lives and goals and plans. We'll be very productive as well. We'll be very initiative because the Libra season is season of action. And because there are no retrograde planets this month, it means that things go according to our expectations. We don't get frustrated because of delays, because of obstacles. We don't have to think of plan B and C. So move ahead with confidence and positivity. The star will support you. And even some of you might have difficult personal transits because everyone has a horoscope that no one else in the world has. And you can check what your personal transits will be like from my birth chart, from my birth transit calendar, basically, which is for free. And here you can see how it looks from astrolada.com, and you can see all those transits are specifically for me. No one else in the world has them at the same time with me. And if you happen to see a difficult transit, here they have explanations, for example, like this one, and it's more complex, it's more difficult. Still don't worry, because overall, the astrological weather that I'm talking about in those videos will be so positive that it will basically, the outer circumstances will support you, will help you overcome whatever difficulty it is in your personal horoscope. And this is a season of love and relationships as well in October. It will be very much focused on relationships, on others, on bonding with others, because this is Libra season after all. And because of that, me and Natalia are making a webinar, two-part webinar in 2 days on love and sex. Natalia will focus on the practical side, on how to bond sexually with the different signs. I will focus on the love aspect of it. It's for beginners or advanced people. I'll give you my deep insights. What does each sign want? What does each sign love? How to be loved? The love languages of the different signs and the positions that show those love languages. So do join us towards the end of October sometime. And also, there's still open places for Bali with me and Natalia. Very, very boutique retreat. Now it's open also for men. It's webinar to focus on giving birth to your goddess, inner goddess, and God or inner God. And I'll work specifically with each person on their personal horoscope, and Natalia will work individually with each person and each woman or man on their issues. So that's very tailor-made. All right, so let's dig into the October horoscopes. Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising horoscopes for October 2019. And if you look here, you're one of those signs this month where all the important planets are above the horizon for you. This is under the horizon. This is Pisces. This is above the horizon. This is awesome. I love when planets are above the horizon for a sign, because it's much easier to manifest. Then you're in the public eye, you're more active. And in our material world, we like this kind of, when they're below the horizon, we're kind of more introspective, more withdrawn from the world. So now it's a month where you can really have impact with your actions on the material world to make things happen as well, where you can be more visible and impactful overall. And let's see where the biggest action is happening. Well, Sun and Mars, the two masculine planets of action, are rarely get back together, once every 2.5 years only. And it happens that in October this year, they're together in the same sign, giving you extra passion and drive to get things happening there in this 8th house, to go after those things, because the Sun gives new ideas, Mars goes and implements them. So you have some new ideas in regards to your mutual resources, for example, and you go after them to implement them with your budget with a partner. You can, for example, you can initiate new projects that can be materially beneficial to you and your partner, or to you, your business partner, to you, your clients. This is a very financial house when it comes to the material level. And you're proactively searching to collaborate, to make investments, to combine your resources, whether skill resources or material financial resources or knowledge resources, with another person and make a breakthrough with them. Actually, even others can approach you with ideas for resources and financial growth of some sort, and collaborations of some sort. But also, if you're trying to gain resources from another, whether it's from a bank, from a government, from loan or investment. If you're looking for investors, the eighth house is other people's resources. Mars and Sun go after those things. They don't sit around. So if you're trying to gather, for example, you can initiate some kind of a fundraiser. You can initiate some kind of a approach to a bank for example, to get a loan, or you can ask. Now the eighth house is ask and you should receive, but you have to go and ask. They're not just going to give it to you. You're the one who goes and asks for something, from some resources of another person, some advice or whatever. And eighth house is the house of big, deep transformations. When two active planets, Sun and Mars, are there, you proactively try and change yourself on a psychological level. You can search out a psychologist, like when this happened for me. I'm an Aquarius rising, so for me it was in September that I had Sun and Mars in the eighth house, and I went and contacted a healer, and I was like, shamanic healer. Eighth house is about healing, deep transformation, and we started working together, and there was a big breakthrough, because Mars in the eighth house, when it transit, makes a breakthrough with psychological traumas, with gathered dark energy inside, but you have to search it out, or you have to take courses, or self-explore yourself, or read books on that. And you can, it's very powerful when Mars transits its own house, the eighth house, which has its energy for tantric healing, psychological healing as well, some realizations from the, from deep psychological realizations. It's also, you can proactively search and pursue astrology or the occult or mystery or psychology of any sort. You can, if you're involved in any of those fields, this will be a very busy month for you, very active. It will be a month where you get a lot of things done in regards to these fields. If you're a psychologist as well, you can have deep insights as well. If you're someone who works with other people's money, like a banker, for example, or who takes things like old objects and revives them that belong to someone else, again, very busy, proactive month that you can get a lot of done. But otherwise, there can be a lot of soul searching that happens with Sun and Mars, that this energies focus internally on you and asking deep questions. Sometimes it can even feel a little bit like a power struggle within your own shadow. Definitely went through that with the Sun and Mars there in my eighth house. So, but these are important, good moments for such things. And then the eighth house is also healing. As I said, you can proactively search for healing, but it's healing some emotional structure in your pattern, and that's when the healing on the physical level happens and a breakthrough. Eighth house is the house of intimacy as well. You can proactively search for that as well. You can proactively try and do this, try and have more and break boundaries with a partner, breakthrough. If someone has a wall, the eighth house is where the walls where two people can merge on a deep level, and the Sun and Mars, you can actually go in a bit less in a bit more direct way to try and get to the bottom of someone. And you become a little bit like Scorpios this month, in a sense. You're kind of notice the motives of others. You can understand almost how they're feeling. You can, if someone has good or negative intentions towards you, you become very deep. You're already a very feeling sign as Pisces, but now you can penetrate into the souls of others. You can make transformation, and you can even encroach on the boundaries of others to their secrets, and even kind of make like some kind of intervention. The eighth house is intervention, and you're not gentle about it. You go and you intervene somehow. Sorry. I wanted to say other things about the eighth house, but if I forgot now, if I remember it, I'll come back to it. But there is a lot of soul searching that's happening here, and you're kind of ruthless towards your weaknesses usually. And eighth house is about releasing those weaknesses as well. It's a moksha house to liberate you from those darker things. And you go there like a warrior, like a knight, the Sun and Mars, the king and the knight go into the cave there to chase away those shadows. And sometimes some power struggles can happen with this eighth house because you're fighting your inner shadow and you can project with another person. Also, it's secret activity. Some of you might be doing something in secret, you know, that's just like the work of the soul going with it, but others might be just doing something really kind of behind the scenes. Research, it's very good time for research when Sun and Mars are together in the eighth house. If you're doing that, good results. But look at that. You've got amazing planets taking more positive and easy to deal houses. Venus and the Moon and Mercury, two benefics that attract things without effort, attracting through your ninth house. So the ninth house is higher knowledge, higher wisdom, classes, courses. So if you want to get accepted to a university, for example, it can happen so easy, or some webinar or course can come across you that's full of great advice and knowledge. That's exactly what you needed. And it comes to you easy. Someone recommends it or you come across it and you love studying and learning this month. But it's not just learning, you know, some practical skills. It's the deeper meaning of things. You're also the purpose, the theoretical part of things you love to learn. And you find joy in reading spiritual literature, reading uplifting literature. Nine houses, inspirational, motivational. You can find some guru or a teacher or inspirational figure whose biography you read or whatever that uplifts you with their spirituality. Venus and Mercury is a very spiritual combination, and they're in the very spiritual house, in the ninth house, very spiritual and artistic. You can notice that you're in touch with more erudite people, more intellectual people. Ninth house and Venus and Mercury there do that. People from foreign countries that are more elegant, that are more beneficial for you somehow. You can even make kind of romantic connections, to have with foreigners or with more erudite intellectual people of some sort. People from a higher social class, you can notice that they're around you, and you find yourself in communication or socializing with people from a higher class. I'm not saying, I don't want to divide people by classes, but you know what I mean. And also, if you want to travel, some of you might have an opportunity to travel to a foreign country. It will go very smoothly, gently. If you have any course to take or seminars as well, if you have any import, export, or dealings with foreign people, they go very smoothly, easily. Some opportunity from abroad can appear, or educational, or a teacher can appear that very inspires you a lot. Or it can be a great month, for example, for counseling to some of you, because the eighth house is psychological transformation, finding the motives and the reasons, the deep ones, and ninth house is seeing the higher perspective and understanding, and you get to that higher perspective and understanding easily. You'll find the right teacher. If you need someone to give you advice, or a guru, or a psychic, or an astrologer, or a counselor of any sort, this month you can find a really spiritual, good type of such person that gives you the right information and makes psychological breakthroughs in you. If you're someone who is a teacher, advisor of any sort, who is a counselor of any sort, or psychologist, occultist, or higher knowledge teacher, a very powerful month, very good deep insights, breakthroughs, and benevolent developments in those fields. And then you have Jupiter, the great benefic, the planet that rules you. It's in your 10th house. It's the last 2 months, Jupiter is going to be in the 10th house. You have 2 more months that whatever changes and opportunity come to you now, they will influence you and impact you positively for the next 12 years. Sorry, Jupiter will come back again in 12 years, only in your 10th house of career. And I know 2 Pisces that work with me, Ksenia and Victor, they're Pisces rising, and Jupiter has been transiting their 10th house. And they've had amazing, this year they blew up. They became, their reputation, their career grew up, they changed career for better, huge changes. So this continues if you're Pisces, especially Pisces rising, to a lesser degree Sun and Moon, but still those opportunities are still, go ahead, expand your career, grow, try something bigger, dream big. Opportunities will come. Reach out to those in power and authority figures. They'll be benevolent to you. They'll give you a helping hand. The universe conspires to help you with your ambitions and goals and to help you grow there. Thank you so much, Pisces. And if any of you want to come and jump on that knowledge train that is activated 8th or 9th house for you, which is both very occult or higher knowledge. We're doing a webinar with Natalia in October on love and relationships. It's 30% off love and sex. She's the sex part. I'm the spiritual love part. I'll explain it to you through astrology. You don't even need to know astrology. I will be very in-depth and show you the love languages and the sex languages of the 12 signs. Of course, we're Libra Scorpio season in October, relationships and sex. So what better time? I love you. Come to Bali, 6 more places or 7 places left. That's the only place where I do personal readings, 4 days of personal readings just for you. We look in depth. Natalia works with you. We work personally with every person in the group. You learn astrology, but also you make a big transformation with life and vision for the future with predictions and all. So thank you. I love you.